Good morning, friends. It's Friday, and today we have another busy afternoon. We have to do some errands, but we are celebrating something special this weekend, and it is Steven's 14th birthday. Where does the time go? It makes me smile. It's hard to believe that the youngest out of 10 is turning 14. It's like the last 14th birthday for my children that we're going to celebrate, and it just makes my heart full of joy, full of joy. I think back to you can sit here and think about how he was when he was little, which he was a very cute little baby. He's still a cute little man. And love all those moments we share. All right, we are back once again. I'm still not feeling 100% yet. This has been a very strange time for me. The last few days, I've just felt very drained and just felt very attacked in my throat here. And it's been a long time that it's lingered for a few days for me. Sometimes I'll get an illness and it just goes for a day and I feel great, but this one is just kind of going and going. But I'm getting my rest. I'm definitely filming, I'm resting, I'm sleeping, I'm doing all the things I should be doing, which is a beautiful thing. So today, I slept in as well today, got Autumn off to work, and then I just sat there and I was like, I think I should start with something to get it done, even though I was like, I could just stay in bed all day, and I could, but I'm like, I do have to get out the door this afternoon. My the next older two, after Autumn, Jensen, and Madeline need to go get an ID. So since they are homeschooled and they don't drive until they're 18, there's no photo ID that they have. So if they're going to be getting jobs, they're going to need some kind of identification to identify who they are. So we have their appointments this afternoon. And so this morning I got up and I'm like, okay, there are a few things I need to prepare for the weekend, not a whole lot. So I'm like, I could wait, but I'm like, if I just kind of get up and get a few things done, it'll make my weekend full of rest and enjoy our time. So hard to believe he's turning 14. So I love that. I pulled out, he's 14. He's at that age where he doesn't want to be on camera, doesn't want to be filmed, and I am completely okay with that. It's funny, not funny, it's interesting to see how they go through different phases. I have some kids that don't want to be on at all. They see the mess on the internet. They see how people are just not kind, so some it bothers, some just want to stay away from it, and some don't mind at all. I've got, Maddie will just stand up. She's like, they all need Jesus. And so she's very bold and standing. She's very confident where she's at in her life, where she's like, it doesn't bother me at all. And then some don't even want to bother with it, and I'm fine with that. And so Steven, I'm going to share a picture of him when he was little. So this is him. I can show this one because this is no longer him. But this was my blonde hair little Steven when he was 2. This was right before we moved to the mountains. So on this picture, we were here, we have him on video, and he was saying, I love a beach. And so I said, you love a beach? And so he loved going to the beach. This was the beach in Michigan we would go to at nighttime and just sit and enjoy. We got all the kids' pictures there. My picture's falling out at nighttime, so that's Madeline there. So how fun. So he's grown up. He's grown up. I love looking back and seeing the different phases they kind of go through. I even think back to when my oldest, Ashton, would have been 14, and I think the mom I was a much stricter, high-strung mom back then, because you feel like if you don't fit this certain mold as a parent, then you're going to fail your kids. You hold on to them real tight because you don't want them to make bad decisions, bad choices, because you're responsible for them. And then I think of to where I am now, and I'm like, wow, we are just so different from where we were before. But I think sometimes it happens. Maybe it happens in smaller homes. I think it does in smaller homes because I think that you treat the grandkids a lot different. I know, but looking at the way I was raised, and I see how my parents are with the grandkids, they're just different. And I think you kind of get wiser as the years go on, you know what I mean? And so I know seeing large families, not all, but some, they might be strict one way, and then as the younger one comes along, it's like, you learn to pick your battles. You learn what's important. You learn that if they want pink hair, it's just pink hair. It's no big deal. And they want a piercing, it's just a piercing. No big deal. It can come out. And then, you go through the attitude, you go through the teenage times, and it's like, it just comes and goes. You know what I mean? And so I've definitely learned. I've failed. My older ones, I tell them all the time, I'm like, I'm definitely learning and not perfect whatsoever. Learning and failing over and over. But the key is get back up and keep moving. And so I'm very thankful we get the opportunity to do it with so many. So Maybe some live with just a couple kids and then they have regret that they didn't do such and such a thing, which, I know I do. I wish I would have done things different on some things. But by the time you get to the last ones, it's like, okay, I'm going to have this figured out, not figured out perfectly, but just, figured out as best you can. So, it's enjoyable. It's much more enjoyable. So I hope, I don't know if that's to share with others that, you learn to pick your battles, learn what is really that important to kind of stand firm on, and everything else, it's like, it's really going to be okay. I think the lesser stress and rigid thoughts and things for them, as long as you got your morals and values and teach that to them, live them yourself, so you can put them on them and put them into their hearts is the word. And then you kind of, let them do their thing. They really do turn out amazing. They really do. And so I love seeing even the ones that I was thinking, is that going to be good? You know what? They get little bumps and bruises, but they do eventually figure it out. And if it's not listening to you, it's by some other voice in their life. Like I love seeing different phases of the kids where I, as a mom, would go, okay, I need to start praying about that. I need to mention a few things, and to kind of let them know what they're doing wrong. And but then if they don't listen, they don't listen. And so then just praying and letting God do it, and then letting someone else come into their life and helping them, and just seeing them change that way. That's beautiful for me. That's beautiful as a mom to see that, God does care about your kids. God cares more about your kids than you do, which is, hard to believe, but God really does. And so I love watching. I've shared that this week. It's been a good week of just loving that time with my kids. We were even sitting yesterday. I wasn't even feeling amazing. And I would have opted to go in bed, but they all came down with their Bibles and they're like, can we do our Bible time right now? And I was like, oh. They're like, well, we don't have to. We can do it a different day. And so Autumn's like, but it was her turn. And she's like, but I'm going to be working tomorrow. And I was like, yeah, let's do the Bible time today. So just see their hearts, like they want to do it. It's not like drudgery or rolling of the eyes, or maybe they do behind my back. I don't know. No, they don't. It's not that way. It's just they want to do that, and they want to have that time together and just, talking and reading the scriptures, and then hearing their thoughts on it, their hearts, and then seeing them pray for each other. And it makes this mama just smile with the gratitude and thankfulness of what I have today. You know what I mean? And so we've come so far, and I definitely learned over the years, and definitely not perfect whatsoever, but learning and just thankful. So I'm excited to celebrate Steven's 14th birthday. His birthday is on Monday. I told him we're doing a month-long celebration because he got his phone. I think it was last week, so that was a big deal to get that. And then this weekend, Greg is home, and the kids are busy like Sunday night, so Saturday, his birthday is on Monday, but Saturday, everybody's home. Nobody has to work. So I said, let's do birthday dinner and birthday celebration cake, and we'll have that together. And then Monday, Craig, he wants to go see Spider-Man, so we're going to go see that. So instead of trying to fit dinner in there, because Greg will have to come home from work, and then we'll probably just go right to the movies, and so that way we can enjoy dinner and cake and not have everything be rushed. And so I've got all those frozen food that we bought. We bought the extra large sizes, and so we will have food on Saturday, and then I figured Monday I'd cook the other half and have that as well. But we're going to go see Spider-Man. I'm like, are you sure you don't want to go see Toy Story? And he's like, oh, I'm pretty sure, Mom. So I'm like, so cute. So we're going to go watch Spider-Man. So I'm like, that'll be fun. Just fun time. So just enjoyable that way, where it's kind of spread out. Birthday, you gotta do what you gotta do when they're teenagers and they're doing things. So the beautiful thing is I really have nothing to pick up, which is awesome. The house is clean, even the dishes and the sink. There's just, I think some of these are mine because I was eating in bed last night. Yes, I was. Mac and cheese, so good. That was like the best tasting food yesterday. I enjoyed that very much. And there's still leftovers in the refrigerator, so I'm debating what to do. And I'm like, I don't want to do too much. I did make these bagels. The kids, I put a sign on it. I said, do not eat these bagels. They're for dinner tonight. And I put love the management marker board and put on there. But I'm like, there's still plenty of food in there. So I'm thinking, because I was going to do breakfast sandwiches, something simple tonight. And I may just have this for breakfast and have something else for dinner tonight. I don't know. But for this, I need to make some bacon. So I pulled out bacon from the freezer. I've got real bacon. I got turkey bacon. I'm going to make both and just bake it frying an egg will just take seconds. And then if they want to do a bagel sandwich this morning, they can. There's still smoothies. There's still waffles. So choices all around. Lunch, I was going to do grilled cheese. I have been eating that wonderful bread and having it for bread and butter. And so I need to see, do they all want grilled cheese today? Like, I know Steven really likes grilled cheese. And so, but I also have chicken strips. And so like just enough for the 3 kids, like the good Sam's Club one. So I thought I could either cook that today in the oven, or they could do with mac and cheese. But again, I don't know what they want. We'll kind of see. So I'm just going to kind of play a beer. Then I thought, well, maybe make another loaf of bread. So there's enough bread, but I'm like, don't even bother. Don't even bother. If he wants grilled cheese, I'll make him a grilled cheese. If the kids want chicken, I could do both. That's quite all right. So we'll just do whatever we can do. And then dinner, I was going to do this bagel sandwiches, or there is still hot dogs, there's still mac and cheese, and there's still beef stroganoff from Wednesday. So there'll be food. Like, nothing's going to go to waste at all, and so their bellies will be full. So my focus for food today is bacon. That's it. It's just bacon. Bacon in a pan, put it in the oven. And then what I'm doing for his dessert, he likes, Steven's been my one that likes, like, he'll always ask for carrot cake. Now, nobody else likes carrot cake. And then I think one time I made it, and you know when you have your birthday, he was younger, and then you have so much, like, snacks and treats all day long, right? Like, they had Takis, they had pizza, they had all these things, and so they're looking at all the presents, they're doing things. So when it comes to cake time, they really didn't have too much of it. And so it seems like the year I made it, like, he really didn't eat much, and then nobody else ate it. So then I got smarter. I just bought him an individual carrot cake for his birthday, and then and he would eat that like later, like the next day or something. And so this year he was going through thinking what he wanted, and he says, well, I don't really like, he wanted like the Sam's Club cupcakes, and he's like, but I don't really like the icing. So I said, well, we can just get the cupcakes if you want. And so he's like, I don't know. And so we went back and forth of what to do, and I totally forgot, I haven't done the ice cream cake dessert. It's been years since I've made it. You just basically make a chocolate cake and put ice cream on top, and then I've got Oreo cookies. You can do anything. You can put chocolate syrup, you can do anything you want, and then freeze it, and then just cut it, and you have cake and ice cream together. It's been, I don't even know if I've done a video for it, but I'm like, why don't I do that? And he's like, that'll be good. And because he kind of wanted cake with the ice cream. And then when we were at the store, he said, well, I like those red velvet cupcakes. And so I said, well, let's see if they have any. And so they had some. So he's got a pack that we bought. You saw we bought at Walmart. So he has those too. So it's kind of like there's a free-for-all. What do you want for dessert? But we did buy plenty of ice cream. So I thought, when I do the cake with the ice cream, that'll be a nice treat. There's also ice cream on the side, whatever they want to do. So that's going to be our big giant day today. It's making chocolate cake and doing bacon. So if you want to click off, go right ahead. Just smaller size, and that's quite all right. I'm going to take care of me today, get the things I need to get done. We got a few other things to get done today, but it's going to be beautiful. So you ready for all amazing done talking? Let's get the trays out for the bacon. Why am I doing 2 types of bacon? Because I have both kinds of bacon. I bought the turkey bacon. My kids like turkey bacon. I like turkey bacon, but I also love real bacon too. So, but not all the kids love real bacon. So there's some that just love turkey bacon. So I have both. I'm okay with that. I know turkey bacon isn't bacon. It's just basically compressed turkey pushed down, but that's okay. But I bought the real bacon too. I think I plan on making more BLTs. Hold on. I always have visions of, let me talk while I put this out. I always have visions of making BLTs, getting nice thick bread homemade, and then going and getting fresh tomatoes from the farmer market and having it with crispy lettuce and making the BLTs, which we made. I think a couple times I made it. Was very good. And it sounds so good, and I don't know why I don't make it more, but I just don't. And so that was my intention when I bought all the bacon. So, and we are also down using up fragments, gathering up our meats. I keep saying I have to go next week. I got to go next week, but I am seeing how far can we make it without stocking back up with meat. We're almost there. It's almost to the point where I got to get some. I have a plan already. So I thought, well, I'll keep playing it by ear. I was even going to do some this week, but then I didn't feel amazing. So I was like, oh, even better. I will just eat what we have at home, which we have plenty of food. And then I will go a different day. So yes, the difference between real bacon and turkey bacon, but this is good. Maxine's up. She's like, I smell that, Mom. Fake or no fake, I know what that is. She likes her bacon too. So this will be great, just cooking this in the oven. And then we'll have, just put it in a container and they can grab and eat it. Like I said, making eggs, just leave the pan out. It'll be very simple, like fry an egg up, and we've got cheese to make sandwiches. Just depends on what everybody feels like eating. Because I know some days I feel like eating more, different things. Like this week when I wasn't feeling good, I liked mac and cheese, where I never have mac and cheese, or rarely have mac and cheese. And then I had a lot of the smoothie bowls were delicious too. That was very good to have when I wasn't feeling good. So we're just gonna put these in the oven, mix. Look at Maxine. Maxine's like, you smell that bacon, don't you? You know it's bacon. She's like, I can smell bacon a mile away. Okay, let's put this in the oven, we'll bake it. Okay, so I have to wait for just a little bit because I want the oven to not have bacon in it when I make his cake. So I'm gonna wait for a few minutes to make, mix the cake up, make a homemade cake. I'm gonna fill up my coffee thing. I think in the store I was talking about it, I saw a short and I'm like, why did I not think of that? And it was purchasing darker roast coffee, which I like the darker, and then using less to make a lighter coffee. And I thought, why did I not do that? Why have I never done that? Like I usually buy darker. I do like darker, and then usually I water it down for Greg's. And so even for myself, I've kind of gotten where I like the little bit lighter, kind of in between. I don't really like a light coffee. And so I thought, that's genius. So I'm going to try my experiment here this next week with coffee, or this next, however long the coffee lasts, and see, can I just use less of it? It was a little bit more. I want to say, was it 40 cents more for the dark roast? I can't really remember, but I'm going to see if that is true in the realm of coffee. So I need to, for the cake, I need a cup of strong coffee. So look at that. Perfect. Now I'm going to add a little bit of Cafe Bustelo in here. I don't know if you can see it. Just like a teaspoon, just to make sure it's nice and strong. Coffee will give it a nice flavor, and this will sit for my cake. Coffee for the weekend, Greg and I usually sit outside and go in the pool. That's what we usually do on Saturday. So I like to do a full pot, but during the week I like to do just like to 8, because he only has 1 cup, and I've only been doing about a cup and a half in the morning. So if this is 12, let's see. Normally I would add, like that would be for 2. So 2, is this gonna be right? 4. Just add 6. That's gonna be enough. Let's see. I'll have to see how that is tomorrow. So that would be, normally I would add 6 scoops, right? Yeah. So I'm gonna see if I feel like I gotta do 1 more. Let's do 4 scoops for 12. Let's do that and see how that is. I don't want to be less because I have to put the coffee back through. I'm literally just gonna leave that right there. Perfect. Okay, so that's there. I guess I can mix up all the dry ingredients. I might as well get that done. So let's see, this is Sally's Baking Addiction, her website. Go on there. I don't make enough like chocolate cakes or vanilla cakes by themselves. I do have some saved in some of my cookbooks, but like that we've used over the years. But chocolate, I just don't make it that much. Like this will be once a year that we make this. We do make one for the Swiss cake roll or ho-ho cake, but I just thought, well, I need a good chocolate plain cake. Hers are always like fail-proof and good. So I'm just gonna mix her ingredients, what she wrote down for her. So for this one, it's gonna be 1 3/4 cup of flour. And 1 3/4 cup of sugar. 3/4 cup of cocoa. I need 2 teaspoons of baking soda. 1 teaspoon of baking powder, 1 teaspoon of salt, and then espresso powder. Now, I bought this because I was experimenting with muffins, and so I normally never would have that. So I'm excited I actually have that. Something else to get ready is to make buttermilk, and so if you don't have buttermilk, I never have buttermilk on hand, or sour milk. I just never have any of that in hand. So I'm taking, instead of holding it, I'm gonna take a cup of milk almost and add some vinegar to it. You should do this in a glass one. It's about 1 tablespoon in there. Real slow. That's gonna make your milk get a little bit curdly. And then See, I don't know, you probably can't tell. It gets a little bit thicker. So that's gonna sit for just a minute. So that'll be a great way to do fake buttermilk. I just never, I think at one time they sell a baking, or they sell buttermilk powder at Walmart. I believe I had it for baking. I used it for a little bit, but not enough to like I said, we just don't make recipes where I even need it anymore. So, all right, I'm gonna get my mixer out. We'll do this in just a few minutes while I wait for the bacon. Okay, can I talk right here without doing? I'm just gonna sit here because we don't really have anything to do today. But I did, you know what I saw last night? I was laying in bed yesterday and I don't know where it popped up. Either maybe like, you know, you get notifications from things. And I'm assuming that's where it was because I went to go back and look for it and I didn't see it in an email. But Amazon had a 12-pack of soda for $1.99. And again, it was like a one purchase, you can only purchase one. I thought maybe it'd be for subscribe and save or, you know, however, but I didn't see it. It didn't like charge my account any extra. So I got a case of soda for $2, $1.99, which was very cheap for soda. So we haven't bought canned soda in a long time because it is expensive. And so it pays to lay in bed and be on your phone. I probably would have never seen it. I don't know. It was just a quick thing. And so I just got, and it came like overnight the next morning. You know, usually how you have overnight shipping and you have to pay $2.99. I didn't have to pay anything. So I don't know if it was a deal or not. So I just got a case of that. I thought that would be, we'll use that eventually. And then I got, I did buy Alka-Seltzer to help with my sick. I had to order on Amazon. That came. So that'll help. It's been a long time. I used to use Alka-Seltzer a lot. I did for like allergy symptoms. That is what has been my cure-all. So I noticed mine was more the fall time. In the mountains, it was so bad. And so I would use Alka-Seltzer. It just cleared it up and made me feel 1,000 times better. And then this last year, as I've been going through kind of exercising more, walking more, which is good, all that kind of stuff, it really has not been a bother. There's only been a few times I've had to use it, which is awesome. So I know like that it's the inflammation. It's all about inflammation. Inflammation goes down and you kind of get rid of that and feel better. And so I'm very thankful not to have to use it all the time, but that is our go-to for sick. And so some kids do well with it, some don't, I guess. So I have some that are like, oh yeah, like Brooklyn just moved back to the mountains, so she was already feeling the sinusy. I'm like, get yourself a big pack of Alka-Seltzer. So just whatever works for one may not work for another, but that worked for us. But I just ordered that from Amazon because I didn't even have any. And I'm like, I was feeling yucky yesterday, or a couple days ago it started. So I ordered it. So that came. And then this is our school supply haul. This is what I ordered for school this year. Yay, that's all we had to buy. I got paper at Walmart. My kids are going to be doing, every year they do different things. And it depends on my life, what they want to do as well. Sometimes they want to do online school. They've done the Khan Academy online and they love doing that. There is the all-in-one homeschool, allinonehomeschool.com. Is that what it is? Yeah, she was my inspiration for doing my books because it's all free online. And so I started doing books because we did that a little bit in the mountains, but we didn't have internet signal. So you get kicked off or you couldn't go on. They couldn't do half their school some days. And so it was very frustrating. So I thought that's why I started doing the books so that you could have an option in case you don't have internet. So my kids have done different things over the years. Some like the books, some like doing it online. And so this year they're going to do the books. And so some are going to do some classes online too. And so I'm waiting for them to come. And then I'll share with you those ones because it's the high school one, which I've been waiting to do. Thankful to get that done. So then what else do we use for school? Rulers. I mean, we rarely use rulers, but when we need a ruler, we never find them. And remember last year I looked and could not find rulers anywhere. I'm pretty sure it was last year. Maybe it was the year before. I think it was last year. And I just realized this is like backwards. That's weird. Feels weird. It's like they made it backwards, the print or something. Anyways, so rulers are always something hard to find. I see them now all the time. So I just got, I think somebody had one, so I just ordered 2 more just so there was enough rulers to go around because once in a while I'm like, where's a ruler? And then I have like a measuring tape, all that stuff, but a ruler comes in handy. And then we use our marker board all the time. I have a big one. We use that all the time. We're doing group stuff. And then what I've been doing, I had an eraser at one point, got rid of it, and then we just keep using my Norwex cloth, and I'm like, I need to get erasers. So I got erasers. So there is an eraser for my marker board, the one that I'll be using, and then I got the kids, what we do is we'll sometimes sit, like I'll have the big one, and then they are doing individual stuff on their own. And so we have a small marker board. This has lines. I'm hoping it doesn't have lines under it. I won't open it. They use the marker board or piece of paper, and they write their answers on the paper when we're doing group stuff. And so I thought, well, it'd be a lot easier if everybody had a marker board. So I ordered 3 more, and I'm just hoping, oh, that is line. I hope the back is, okay. I was like, when I saw it online, it was this way, so I assumed it was good. So this will be fine. It'll have, we don't need lines. This is the side we'll use. But this way they can write on it and do, have their own eraser to erase things. It just helps for like long math problems, things they have to compute on, or even when we're playing games, it's fun to use these. So I got those for the kids, the 3 kids, because I had one from, that we used over and over and over, but it's definitely getting worn. So this is something we do use. And then I got new markers for it. Let me open these real quick. Okay, so hopefully these will be, oh yeah, hopefully they'll be good. We got the other one at Walmart. I just ordered on Staples this year. That should work. Okay, so I got that. We've got these for everybody, and then I got new markers. So we have a whole, I want to say, I don't even know, last year, it seems like every year you have to buy a new one. So these are just, it's like they just go bad. Dry erase markers go bad. They definitely do wear out. So this is where we're at. So I will throw those away, refill it with this, and then I have found the little ones that when you, oh, right here. The small ones, when you go to write like on a small marker board, no one uses the little colored ones. We all use black. So I just got black for those. This is just to make colorful. If they want to draw a picture on the refrigerator, we use the refrigerator all day long. Drawing pictures, birthday, that kind of stuff. And then the other thing that gets used in my house is Sharpies. These disappear like liquid gold. They just like gone all the time. So I got a 12 pack. And then they had, Autumn wanted whiteout because she does more writing. Some kids write their stuff out, some like to do everything online. So she does writing things, and so she wanted the whiteout. She said even for like, she's writing in her Bibles, like her Bibles, like studying her Bible, she wanted the whiteout. So I got the old-fashioned whiteout because we have the tape stuff that they have, but I feel like once in a while that tape gets all weird, and then it sticks weird too, and it pulls out anybody else. Okay, so I said, you know what? Back in my day, they had this liquid stuff like nail polish, and it worked pretty good. So hopefully that worked pretty good. So she already took one, or no, she didn't. It's right here. So there's 2 in a pack. So we'll see. It'll last you for the rest of your life. I know my mom has the same one from 40 years ago. It still works. We have that, and then we got some. Staples had free pencils. It was literally just when you placed an order, it was free. So we got some free for pens. So I will throw those in the drawer of pens. And then my kids like mechanical pencils. Well, those are kind of fun. You know, you get used to your certain pens, and then those are just extras. And then they like, I have the twisty mechanical pencils I got last year, you know, on the point where it pulls, like it opens. Is there one? Right here. This one, Paper Mate. Instead of the push up here, it's the twist down here, and that works. But then some kids said they wanted the push on the top part, so I bought, this was like 60% off, so I got 60 of them for like $10 or whatever it was, so it was very cheap. So that was good. So this is our haul for school. I hope everything's taped on. But, and then I got, what else did I get? I got Steven here, he took home the Micron pens. Are they called Micron? They're real tiny, like the black permanent mark. I think they're permanent, but they're just very fine tip, like real tiny. He likes drawing. He really loves drawing. He's got a really good gift for drawing, like Brooklyn does, and so he likes to draw things with that. So here, he took those. So those came. So that is our haul for school supplies: dry erase markers, pencils, which we rarely use, but we have a whole lot here, and some pencils. So I'm just gonna throw these away. I know, probably think like, don't throw them away, but it's like they just don't last. Even pencils, they just don't last, and you're always like, wait, is that a new one? Is that an old one? You know what I mean? So these will go in the garbage. These I'm going to put on the stairs, like go upstairs, so that Autumn takes her stuff. I keep my tape upstairs and pencils. The kids will keep them up there. I've kept some of the drawers over here for their school, but I have a drawer upstairs. I keep all the extras in. That's where they'll go. Okay, so for me, I'm going to keep a brand new marker over here and just keep it on the countertop because I do write my chore list and stuff on the refrigerator. And then I'm just going to take this soda, stick it in here because it's like birthday fun. It'll be a good, cool treat this weekend. I'll never do the fridge pack, but I will leave that in there. Let's check the bacon. Maxine's like, bacon is almost ready, Mama. Maxine's like, the bacon is ready, Mama, so that'll cool off here. Okay, let's mix our cake up here. I'm going to take also a permanent marker leave one in my drawer here. Okay, let's mix the cake up in here. So all of your dry ingredients, you mix in here coconut oil. So I'm assuming this is gonna be okay. It's kind of chunk. Let's see if it'll mix up. Coconut oil, 2 eggs, and vanilla. Whisk that up, and then I'm gonna add in my buttermilk, a little bit of the dry ingredients, hot coffee, kind of alternate when you put it in. So that will be delicious. Okay, this reminds me of the cakes like you would buy at the store. You know, you get the ice cream with the cake with cake with ice cream. I'm sure they have all different kinds now at the store, but back in the day it used to be just literally cake with ice cream on top. And so that is what we're gonna go for today. So I'm gonna spray my pan here and then pour my cake mix in here and just let it bake. And you can make this however you want, which is beautiful. You can do chocolate, you can do vanilla, you can do syrups on there if you want, like chocolate syrup, caramel syrup, anything you want. We just went simple. You wanted cookies and cream ice cream on top. So we bought that, and then I bought Oreo cookies to bacon, put it in containers. It's got to be the easiest Friday for me in a long time. Okay, I've been literally sitting in my chair in my bedroom doing nothing but just sitting there scrolling for the last hour. So the cake came out of the oven. I'm sure it's delicious. I didn't try it. We've been eating a little piece of bacon. Those are good. I decided to throw the chicken in the oven because I thought, you know what, the oven's on. We're at that extreme high temperatures hotness right now, so I might as well use the oven once and then shut it off and not worry about it. So I can have that for lunch. If they won't have grilled cheese, I'll make grilled cheese, no big deal. I'm gonna go out, I'm gonna flip my laundry real quick, and then all I have to do is finish the cake. So the cake is kind of cool. It's kind of warm, but I think it'll be okay. I'm gonna get my ice cream out, and literally you take it and put it on top and just spread it out. That's it. And then I'm gonna take and probably put my cookies on next. I'll do my cookies next. Crush up some Oreo cookies, put on top, and stick it all in the freezer. And that is the easy birthday cake. It's very simple. No frosting, which is good, but I'll have the ice cream in the cake, and the ice cream kind of melts into the cake a little bit, so it's a little bit, gives it a little bit more moistness, but it is yummy. It's a good thing. So I think that's gonna be easy, and then we're gonna have to head out the door because we have an appointment for the kids' ID and traffic. Even though it's showing on a normal day, it's about 20 minutes, but it's showing anywhere from 30 to 55 minutes. So you have to be prepared. And when I was taking Autumn today, when I took her to work, we were backed up, even going right down the road. And I'm like, okay, so be prepared. And I'm still feeling kind of yuck. So I'm just taking it easy, get some water, drink it, kind of flush out my system a little bit. But you gotta do it when you're not feeling amazing like today. Gotta take care of yourself. So let me flip the towels. Even doing laundry, I would have never just washed a few towels back in the day with our old washer because you didn't want to waste the water. It kind of filled all the way up. You'd have to have a full load. And so now it's like it adjusts to everything. So you can do just a few things in there. But the kids were swimming, so I did their laundry, towels and the bathing suits that were down here. So let's go in and get the ice cream out so we can make our cake. Maddie said, did bro request ice cream for lunch? No, he did not. Because usually the kids, they get to pick whatever they want for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And so no, bro did not request ice cream for lunch. So cake is here. It's a little it's warm to the touch, but it'll be okay because I'm just gonna stick it right in the freezer. Now the best would be, I don't even know. I'm baking, I know. The best would be square ice cream bins, which I don't even think they have anymore. Square? Like square ones, like rectangle. It'd be like a.
Oh, I thought you meant like the ice cream itself.
Oh yeah, no. So it was. This is great for this thing because then you can just slice the ice cream and lay it on top. Much easier. So I'm gonna try to take it, cut out as best I can so I can put it just on slices on here and then just spread it because you don't want it because obviously it's gonna be lumpy if not. So we're gonna see. Well, can we do that? Put on a cookie sheet, or maybe just cut through the paper. I don't know what's gonna be easier. Can I cut through this? Probably not, no. All right, so. Oh, that's too bad. That didn't go too bad. What? Actually was not bad at all. So I'll let this sit for just a few minutes. It's gonna kind of thaw a little bit. Meanwhile, I'm gonna take my cookies, put them either, should I do it in a bag and just squeeze them? Food processor. You want crumbly or chunky, Maddie? It's not your cake, but better to have more crumbs.
Yeah.
Crumbs. Okay, let me do the the food processor then. Now this is gonna be the ice cream that doesn't actually melt because, you know, it's like the Walmart stuff. I'm gonna do pretty good. Let me go like this. Warm water. Straight, look at that. This is simple. This is for those that don't love icing, but you want to do something yummy for a cake. So we'll do this here. Perfect. Okay, I'm not worried about it melting. It's already, like I said, it's warm on the bottom, so it's gonna melt a little bit. I'm just gonna cover it. We're gonna put it in the freezer, freeze it solid. That's gonna be delicious cake and ice cream for birthday, right? I'm done. I'm done. There was a time when I didn't think that bacon and ice cream cake dessert would be enough. Like I would just go, okay, let me just keep filming for the weekend. Let me just keep going on my days. But you know what? I'm learning that this season is looking different. So I'm reminding myself that simple is enough. Like that's okay just to make bacon and cake today. And instead I'm thinking about my kids. I'm thinking about how much they're growing up and how I can't stop time, but I can enjoy the season that I am in with them. So no matter what season you're in, I know a lot of people have mentioned you still have a lot of kids at home. I do have a lot of kids at home still, according to like most people, but for me, this has been a season of adjustment. Like right now, what I'm living right this current moment is feeling like night and day difference from any other season I've ever lived in before. And maybe that's hard to understand for some, but maybe for someone that's lived in my battery died, but for someone that maybe has gone through a season like myself, they can understand. Or maybe, like I said, it might just be a season of change from a job, change in where you live. It's all about just changes and adjusting to those changes. So not dwelling so much on what it was like before, but just enjoying the one that you're in and looking for that joy and finding it, the one that you're in right now. That's what I'm doing. That's what I'm gonna focus on. Key is just keep showing up and keep loving. So what is Amy's day looking like? It is only 10:40. I'm already feeling exhausted and tired, and that is okay. I'm gonna go take a rest. So my day, we don't have to get out the door for a little bit. I've got chicken strips in the oven. That is good. They're gonna have lunch, that with mac and cheese. That's lunch. They're gonna eat that, and then we're gonna head out the door. We've got appointments for their IDs and get that done, and then we are gonna stop in at the library afterwards, and then we are gonna pick up Autumn, and then we're gonna come home. After we come home, there's gonna be dinner, and I don't have to do anything. You wanna have a bacon bagel egg sandwich? Is that right? Bacon egg bagel sandwich? And then we'll fry up some eggs. We can have that, or they can have any of the leftovers in the refrigerator, and that is going to be fine. I know there's plenty. I'm not worried about anybody starving, and that's going to be our day today. I'm going to take it easy. I'm going to rest. I have piles of projects sitting around everywhere, and I'm still staring at them and not feeling bad about not doing them. I'm like, they will get done eventually. So take care of my rest so I can feel better, so that Monday I can come back feeling like a brand new Amy. So hopefully this sickness will be past, and I'll be back to normal, which I'm sure I will be. So I hope you enjoyed today's video. A little different, just enjoying the season that you're in. That's the whole theme of this week, finding joy right where you're at. So you have a beautiful rest of your day. Come back tomorrow for some encouragement, and then come back Monday. We'll do more life together. So, all right, I'll see ya. Bye.